Well, I'm Steve Ridgel, and I've been sharing some thoughts where I've read through again the plagues when Moses comes to lead God's people out of Egypt. Pharaoh won't let him go, and so they have 10 plagues. And I was really struck again by something else that I think really speaks to us today. When they had the plague of hail, Moses goes to Pharaoh and explains what's going to happen and says, "This time tomorrow." So he gives him a day to think about it. He's seen the other plagues, but Pharaoh doesn't relent. Some of the magicians and court officials actually believe the word of the Lord, and they take their livestock and servants inside the shelter. Others don't. The hail comes and it's killing things, and Pharaoh summons Moses and he says, "I have sinned. Please ask God to stop this." And so Moses does. And when Pharaoh notices the hail has stopped, then he sins again and recants and will not let God's people go. Now you're thinking, okay, so what does that have to do with us? Do we need to be careful in hailstorms? No, here's what it has to do with us. God, please protect me. Please get me out of this. Boy, did I mess up. I sinned. I was wrong. And whatever don't let me get caught. Don't let him find out. Don't let her be pregnant. Don't let the IRS audit this. Whatever the issue is, just please get me out of this mess that I created with my sin. And then somehow it does. And then you go right back to your sin again. We get scared. We admit we've sinned. We say we're going to do better. But once the threat, the fear, whatever the consequence is alleviated, then we go right back to our sin. Now, I don't want to come across as overly harsh because we all struggle with it. But here's the lesson I want you to learn. It's really easy when you react out of fear that once the fear is gone, to go back into your old pattern of behavior. That's why it's so much better to fix your heart for God, not just your behavior. Because see, fear will motivate you for a while. Fear of getting caught, fear of being embarrassed, fear of the consequences, whatever it is. But that doesn't always last. But if you use that fear to motivate you to say, "God, I want to do better. Let's work on this." And so you start turning your heart to God. Pharaoh admitted it. Boy, this scared me. I sinned. Please stop it. And it does. And then he sins again. So let's really focus on using fear as a motivator to do better with our heart, not just as a motivator to stop the action until the fear is past. This is Steve Ridgel telling you that fear is a great motivator, but only if you let it work to change your heart, which of course is what Pharaoh would not do.